Welcome to the Help Myself podcast. I am your host, John M. Singletary Sr. You know I got to put that senior in there because I got a junior, aka LJ. That's who I do it for. That's my co-pilot. And I don't know if y'all can hear him in the background, but it's Friday. He's excited. He's running around. So y'all are going to get a full LJ experience today probably, but that's okay. But I'm excited too because we have an amazing guest on the show tonight. I was supposed to shout out my sponsor. I don't think he'll mind. We're going to skip that because I'm so excited. I want to get right into the business because, listen, I missed about maybe 5 or 6 nuggets that y'all needed while we were backstage talking before we started recording. So I don't want to waste no more time. I want y'all to get all of this knowledge, all of these gems, all of this jewelry that she is going to drop on us. So let me introduce her first. Our guest for today is Shakita Valentine. She is a relationship coach and strategist. Listen, you got to check this out. She's on her own personal journey of transitioning from being married to going through divorce and now re-entering singleness. And y'all gotta catch this. Check this. Y'all know I love alliteration, but she wants to revamp, reframe, and redesign her life. And today she's supporting others to do the same. So she specializes in supporting others in reaching desired outcomes in your spiritual, personal, and romantic relationships. She's also passionate about every aspect of a healthy relationship. She's also an author, spiritual selfie. So you got to pick that up. But she's an author, a facilitator, and a transformational speaker whose powerful messages of enlightenment and encouragement, they inspire and influence individuals with every encounter. And those individuals can include myself. She's also the mother of 2 phenomenal adult sons. I'm almost there. LJ will be 17 this summer. And she's single again and living the next chapter of her life. Listen, I've talked long enough. Let's bring our guest in, Coach Shakita Valentine. I need that applause in the back.
Woo! Hey, great people. Hey, sir. Thank you for the opportunity to sit with you, to sit with much more for greatness. Whew.
Thank you so much. Listen, we're going to celebrate each other. So I accept that. I appreciate you. I thank you. And right back at you. Definitely greatness. I'm super excited about this. Again, I'm already talking a lot. I want to get to you, but I gave you my introduction. So how about you introduce yourself now for the folks?
I keep it simple. I am Shakita Valentine, Coach Shakita Valentine, and my life purpose is to enlighten, encourage, and empower men and women in their relationship with Christ, themselves, and others. So I'm all relationship focused. Everything that we do is relationship focused. Everything, no matter from parental to husband and wife to sisterhood, brotherhood, everything's relationship based. And that's where everything starts, with the rapport and relationships that we have with other people. So I'm totally invested in making sure that they are healthy as possible.
Awesome. Like I told y'all, LJ, y'all was going to get the LJ experience. He back there DJing already. I told him he got to watch out with that. He going to mess up my money when I start streaming. People going to want royalties.
Yes.
But listen, let me tell you how you've impacted my journey. Obviously, I follow you on social media from the advice of a good friend of both of ours, Tavares Taylor, who is the constructor of my website, of a lot of my social presence. I owe a lot to him for me even being in this space. Our story goes way back, but this isn't his show. This is your show. So he told me that I needed to check you out. So I started following and I started listening, and you were just dropping these gems. And I'm like, I like the way you start. Hey, great people, it's Coach Shakita. You know, you come in with all that energy, and I love it. And we were just talking backstage about how, you talked about dating later in life, and that really, really impacted me. But then you went on my big sis's show, Pierre Collins, Table Talk with the Diva. And man, she could not stop talking about you. And I said, wait a minute. I follow her. I'm like, I know her too. And she was like, well, you got to get her on your podcast. And I said, say less. So I had to get myself, look, this has been a long time coming. You were so gracious when you accepted. I thought I'm gonna have to go through your people, and then we're gonna have to go.
Not at all. Not remotely.
But we are so excited to have you on the show, and that is how you impacted me. So now, as we get started, first question I want to ask: what inspired you to pursue this field? Let's talk about that.
Okay, so there's the constructed response, and then there's the candid response. So I'm going to go with both. And the first of all, when you're always giving out advice and you're always supporting other people and you're consulting and you're ultimately coaching in a sense, but I learned there's a totally different approach to coaching than it is to consulting and providing advice and providing counsel. So the coaching aspect I really really like, because what you do is no longer a responsibility of me. So ultimately, I'm here to support you and I want to give you as much advice as I can, but ultimately the decision becomes the person. So you know how when you're younger or when you're talking to your friend and they don't listen to you, how you feel, and when they come back to you and talk about the same thing because they didn't listen to you the first time. I got tired of doing that over and over again. So I went and I became educated in what coaching really was. And so the field of relationships was a core piece because that was my trouble area in my entire life. And I had to get to the core of, why is this a trouble area for me? Like, I think I'm a wonderful Black woman, da 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 da. Why is this a sore point? And so I said, hey, let's dig deep, and using biblical principles, using prayer, using resources, um, counseling, real counseling. I was like, oh, okay. Well, now I get to help someone save some time, save some heartbreak, save some money. I get to help people save, air quotes, their relationships, and as much as I can. So that's why this field. The That's a portion. And so the other portion was, there's a whole gamut of women, all races, that grew up without a father. I was one of them. And we did not realize, and we don't realize till this day, the traumatic experience we have had because our fathers weren't in our lives. Now, it's different when the daddy's missing from the daughter's life, and it's different when the daddy's missing from the son's life. Here's the common theme: daddy was missing. And that's very, very significant. So when I began to see the traumas and the triggers because of an absent father, I was like, wait a minute. And it literally, I shared on another podcast, God literally showed me what an ultra independent was. And I use that term because it's a real term. It's a trauma response to disappointment and trauma that in your life. And he showed me that. And when he showed me that, I was like, let's run with it. And he began to just supernaturally download all kinds of things so that I can be healed because of my absent father. So that's why this field. And so I just want women to know it's a real thing. It's not just you got daddy issues. It's a real core thing that you can get to and heal from and overcome and have healthy relationships.
Now that's amazing, because I've had a guest on here and we talked about the father wound, and she specializes in fatherless daughters. But I was like, yo, this impacted me because that father wound is
Real.
something else. You got to navigate it too. Like you can't just say, okay, well, he wasn't there, I'm just gonna do my thing. Like, you got to address it. What
Yes.
that absence is caused. So.
And a lot of women, their tendency, and even men, but I can only speak for most of the women that I've interviewed, is that's the thing. We dig deep and keep going. We get over it. We get over it and keep getting over it and keep getting over it. And we never really do get over it. We just get deeper in it. So
See, I told y'all, dropping gems, jewelry, y'all.
yeah.
Okay. So, what really influenced you, or who influenced you and
So
inspired you? Come on now, come
so
with it.
many people say, yeah, this person and that person. I'm gonna be very, very honest. It's a chapter in my book called Fragmented Woman. And I I've received several compliments about being a complete woman. Like, you're a complete woman. And I'm like, I received that. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. That type deal. But I took pieces from different women. I extracted the what I felt was the positive of them and gleaned from that to be inspired. So my aunts, all of my aunts, I have three aunts, and one is a minister. So I was able to glean a little bit from that. She took it, that's a whole nother story. One is a phenomenal all around domesticated woman. Like, she cares for her husband, she makes sure her children are safe, all of that. And then I have an aunt who is the leader of all the aunts. She's the one that has the power, right? Like, you're gonna listen to what she says because she's gonna say it and you're gonna do. So I was able to be inspired from all of my aunts, and it's no one like, in society that I really look up to. I'm inspired by many people. I really am inspired by many people, but the people closest to me is what feeds me the most. And those are my three aunts: Juanita, Anita, and Janice. They all, I'm a piece of them. So each one of them in some way.
Man, that's no wait. People say you're a what woman?
Complete.
Complete.
And that's what I want other women to be: complete.
So define a complete woman for us.
So a complete woman is not double-minded. A double-minded man is, so she's consistent. Now, I mean, stable, thoughtful, and giving. Okay. So, and there's other pieces to me as a woman, but and that spiritual piece is always a foundational piece for me, at least. And so when you're a complete woman, that means it's almost an antiquated way of thinking, but I'm gonna speak to the women that got men at home, and they got boyfriends. You become his woman and or his wife, and that means when he comes home, listen to him first. That means when he is going through having a bad day, offer to him first. Because we have a tendency now as women, it's all about me. It's a balanced thing. It's a balanced thing. And so I get a lot of flack. I'm not sure if I get a lot of flack from women like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to do that. Yeah, but guess what? And I say this, I've been proposed to several times, but they just haven't been the man God would have for me. But it's because of who I am as a woman. So glean, sis, glean, That's
Come on now, glean.
glean.
And
don't feel like it's that it's all about you. Because ultimately relationships, and I said this many times, it's not about what you bring to the table, it's about what you're giving at the table. And I mean that with my whole heart. You're going to give at the table, and with the expectation is you get nothing in return. But the hope is that it's reciprocal because you're with the right person. So yeah, that's what was the question? I probably didn't even answer.
I wanted to ask about the complete woman. There you go.
There you go.
That inspired me.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going all off script. Got this kid over here all excited. But kind of walk us through. You talk about how you support others in reaching a desired outcome instead of, because you kind of alluded to it. You said, coaching, I'm not responsible for them. I'm just helping them. So kind of walk us through what that looks like.
Okay, so ultimately, in the coaching setting, we're having a reciprocal conversation, and I am the person that's helping you dig deep within yourself. Like most people that come into a coaching session, they already know the answer. And so we're here to help you find the answer. You know it. It's just now we need to find it, pull it up, and then we're going to put some framework around you resolving or executing or living your next best life or whatever it may be. However, and so I'm not responsible for your execution. I'm responsible for your development in it. And that lifted an entire weight off for me because I don't have I don't want to have to hold your hand. Like your podcast says, help myself. So you can help yourself become better. You don't always have to be handheld or it's nothing wrong with accountability, but at some point you have to be accountable behind the closed doors, not just in public places. So, and coaches come in and do that. So I support that. I'm digging in deep. We're having these conversations that you probably don't want to have, but ultimately let's have them, because then we can then frame some things around making some things happen for you. Finding true love, finding out why you haven't had true love, those pieces. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I love it. I love it because, when I'm trying to get, summertime coming up, so I'm trying to get my summertime body back because my summer clothes don't fit the way they did last summer. Maybe I washed everything in hot water, but when I hire a coach to kind of help me get back into shape, the coach doesn't do the work. They give me a plan. They tell me what I need to do, but I've got to figure out what it is that I want and hire the right coach to get me where I'm going, because a really good coach will tell you, no, I can't help you with that.
Yes.
That's not what I do, but I can tell you somebody else that can. So no, I love that you put that in there, because I think a lot of times people think they watch TV. So you watch like Ayanla, Come Fix My Life. And they think that they're going to get this whole package deal. And sometimes I'll be like, baby, you need therapy. like you're not even at coaching yet. And then with some of them, it's like, you don't really need a coach. You know what you're doing. You're just scared to do it, So yeah. So.
And the misconception with coaches is that they're yelling at you from the sideline, telling you what to do. Right? Like the football coaches and baseball, all the coaches tell you what to do. One of my great friends, she said, you're giving too much away when you come online, you give so much away. And I'm like, yeah, but that's my heart right now. And so let me just pour out. Yeah. Right. So, but I don't want to have to tell you what to do. I'm just giving you things to think about so you can do. That makes a difference.
You ain't giving out too much free. That's the best way to build your business, because you're establishing that you are, an expert in your field. Like, I can't watch 2 or 3 posts from you and not feel like, man, does she got like a double doctorate in this? Like, she got the game down, like breaking that thing down like science, like chemistry, which I was terrible in school. So I'm not going to stick with that one.
Oh, man. Look, okay, go ahead. Keep going. Whatever you got. Because I was getting ready to go on chemistry. Go ahead.
What? Wait, what? Go with it.
So one of the things that I support others with is this chemistry philosophy. When I'm having sessions, and it's, I tell people it's about chemistry. It truly is about chemistry. When you get in the same room with someone, when you're on camera with someone, when you're on the phone, if there is no chemistry, complete chemistry, there's a difference, because there's like 5 different types of chemistry. There's connection chemistry, connection chemistry, complete chemistry, consistent chemistry. Like, I have a whole philosophy around chemistry, but I'm trying to teach in the space of complete chemistry. Like, what does that look like? Because a lot of people feel like, oh, we have chemistry because we work in the same field and we work together and now we're dating. No, y'all connected in some way, not complete in some way. So it's several things. I won't dig into it, but I want people to be mindful that there's different levels of chemistry that we need to be cognizant of, because we think it's one thing, but it's really not. So we think it's a complete thing, but it's really, we just have some common interests.
Y'all see that on the screen? That's where y'all need to go. Go to the website, get you a coaching session, get the book, Spiritual Selfie. Listen.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, let's get down into come on with it, ma'am. What is your resiliency story?
Okay. So I would have to say this is one of those pieces that I put a nugget in, is that I married the same man twice, and boy, to bounce back from embarrassment, doubt, and constantly questioning my next decision is my resilient story. Like I didn't want to make another man choice because of, and I probably say one because I've made so many other bad choices. And I don't want to make another choice. I learned that. I'm not just saying that. I lived it. I lived it. I learned it, and now I'm doing better by it. And so that was it. But great guy, great man, great father. No, nothing wrong with that portion. It was me, right? It was me wanting what I wanted, and he wasn't what I was supposed to have. And women have a tendency to do that. We do. We want what we want, even if it's like ice cream.
It's not only women, trust me.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, I hear some guys' stories. Yeesh. And that's why I want to help these women out here. Like, we don't have to be the stereotype. At 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, we don't have to be that at all. Not at all. At all. Be strong and powerful, but we don't have to be dominating.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Where I'm trying to think whose page did I see that on, but it said, where you're strong, assert yourself, and where you're weak, empower somebody else.
Mm-hmm. And that becomes our stories. Like, that's why a lot of coaches, a lot of people, a lot of social media personalities out there now, because of their weakness, they're now learning from them, and now they're depositing what they learned to other people. So again, back to what I'm doing now. I want to save you some time. I want to save you some heartbreak. I want to save you some money in this whole relationship stuff.
And you know what I appreciate though? You talk about marrying the same man twice, but you give him kudos. Like I was checking out a video, I can't remember which, the co-parenting one,
Yeah.
high five to him. And obviously you gave yourself high five. So high five to you for that. So no, I can appreciate that. Because a lot of times, the victim mentality, one of the things, people are responsible for their part in a relationship, whether it succeeds or fails. But the one thing that I always try to point people to remember is that in every situation that you found yourself in, there was the consistent X factor, and that was you.
Yeah.
And so you've got to figure out what you can do to improve these situations. So I love that accountability. I'm an accountability. I'm passionate. I'm not gonna call myself a freak. I'm gonna say I'm passionate about accountability. So
personal accountability. Checking you.
So, what are some resources for people who are interested in getting to your field or your specialty?
So if you want to be a coach, get certified. Get certified. Please get certified. There's the International Coaching Federation. That's a good start where you can identify a coaching school, academy, training, whatever you want to call it. ICF is a great start. My coach, and I told her I would mention this, ICLC. I'll post it on my page. If you follow me, you'll find it there. But ICLC, they just launched their academy, and I'm super excited and beyond excited for her and her team. But I actually went through the Creative Coaching Academy, which was a phenomenal academy. Like, I told them they was the creme de la creme, and of course I'm only going to go to the creme de la creme. So those are two options. So three options: Creative Coaching, Academy of Creative Coaching, ICLC, and then there's ICF, which is International Coaching Federation. And definitely get certified. So you need to be trained. You have to do a certain amount of hours. You have to do a certain amount of work beyond just coaching within your sphere, and get certified. And then you can go to the next level with being credentialed. And there's different levels. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw another one in there.
What's that?
Go get that book.
Thank you. So yes, that's the journey. That's the journey. If you want to be credible in this industry. Yeah.
Oh man, people need to know ICF is the big dog. If you want to get involved in coaching at any type of professional corporate level, they are going to require an ICF
Yes.
certification. So,
And I'm ICF certified and accredited and a member. Okay, you gotta have all that.
hey,
Gotta have
I'm
all
taking
that.
notes. You see, I'm scrolling down now. All right. So, what is your quick take motto or mantra that you live by? You would advise the listeners and the viewers to check out.
um, my intention, my everyday intention, every day be intentional. Number one. Number two, whenever anyone leaves your space, they should be better. So the whole negative energy thing, subdue it. But I'm about to launch this delete the I. It's not about you. Our lives are not about ourselves. So the mantra I was saying, whenever you leave my space, you leave better. I don't want you to leave my space in the worst state ever. So when people come into your space, make sure they leave better than they came into your space. And by that means you're giving of yourself in some way, shape, or form. And I know a lot of women like, I'm tired of getting, I'm tired of giving. That is how you receive. Like for those who are givers, and most women will say, I'm a giver, I'm a giver. That's how we receive. That's how we're replenished, because we're seeing other people flourish and grow or become better just because they walked past us. I mean, even to the point, my prayer every morning is, God, allow me to minister to somebody today. Like, it can be anybody, randomly. And then of course, you got to have the ear for God. Randomly, okay, I'm a thrift store. I love going through the thrift store. I love, 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 love. Like, I try retail. They all right. But I love going to the thrift store. And I was in a thrift store, and I just was like, when do you want me to minister? It's the end of the night. I'm in the thrift store, it's about to close. I had all day. I didn't bless anybody today. What do you want me to do? And this woman was behind me, and he was like, bless her. And I was like, okay, no problem. She didn't know I was in front of her. So I went to the register and I was like, hey, come on, I'm gonna pay for all your stuff. She wept right then and there. I didn't know what was in her hand. And not that the thrift store is a lot of money, but I didn't know what was in her hand. But what was in her hand was bedding for her son, she was just sending to college. And she didn't have any money to buy real bedding for him. Oh no, sis, let's go. We're about to go to the real store, because this is what you do, right? So make sure anybody that's in your presence that they leave better than they did when they came into your presence. So that's the mantra I live by. I'm the worst. Like, early in the morning, I'm that high spirited person, and that's what I want to put out onto other people. Like, it don't have to be, oh my God, it's Monday. No, it's Monday. Yes, I got another day. Let's do this. What we doing? Even if we're not doing nothing, let's look. So yeah, it's life is to be lived. If I probably put that out there, life is to be lived. Live it, whatever it looks like, live it to the fullest.
Listen, that is so huge. Like, just imagine a world where everyone's intention is, today I am going to do all that I can to be a blessing, to impact somebody positively, to support somebody, to build somebody up. If they said, today I got to do that to at least one person, and every day they were doing that and everybody got involved, just imagine. But a lot of people don't delete the I. And when you walk through the day, like, what am I going to do? Who's going to do this? Me, I. You miss out on all of these opportunities, man. I say it all the time. What good is a gift if you don't give it away? You know? So, I mean, that is powerful, that every day to be and I just think, like, you ever just have one of those days and you just thinking, I know that this person did not intentionally come and bring all of this negative energy. Like, did they wake up and say they were going to make my day a little bit more challenging? Because I'm not giving nobody power to ruin my day. That's on me. But did they really step out the house today and say they were going to make my day more challenging? So.
And they probably did. And you know what I said? Well, you know what? I'm going to make sure that you leave my presence better. You see how that? I'm not giving you me. Nope. this is the part I am going to give you. Like you just said, I'm going to give you the best of me because I'll make sure you're better too. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to say nothing bad about me. And if it is, so what?
I mean, listen, people gonna find a way, but you can't let that stop your shine.
Not at all. Not at all. Don't dim. We've heard all the cliches. Don't dim your light and be a light on the hill. And you're like, but are you living it? Not just listening, live it. Okay. All right. Next. Anything else? Because I'm passionate. That's what I am passionate about.
Come on now, that's what we got you on here for, man.
Exuding and
that light.
Exude and exchange. What you exude is what you're getting back. Yeah.
Come on, you're not gonna just leave that right there like that, are you?
I mean, it's nothing else to say. Exude and exchange. That's what you want to do. That's exactly what you're going to do.
That's right.
Listen.
That's right. All right. You got some parting thoughts. So we want to hear all things Coach Shakita Valentine, how to get in touch with you, the best, everything. Give it to us. Rough, rugged, and raw.
So listen. Call me. My phone number is on my website. No, call me. Go to my website, ShakitaValentine.com, and you can schedule a coaching call. You can follow me on Instagram at Coach SM Valentine. And you can check me out on Facebook. My name is Shakita Valentine. I'll just keep it quite simple for you. That's it. I don't, it's hard for me to be like, I am da 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 da. No, just follow me, tune in, you'll get blessed. And then, I'm sure you'll bless me in some way, just like you have. Thank you, sir, in so many ways with all that you have said and done and the Monday motivation, all of it. Like, y'all, stay tuned in, stay connected. We about to see somebody blow up.
The blow up situation is upon us all. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep creating these communities of positive, like-minded folks, man. And I'm connected with all these people. We in the DMV now, man. People taking off their masks now. I'm not, but feel free to take yours off if y'all want to. Nah.
Like, you will continue to see my eyes smile. Thank you.
So you got anything else you want to share with us? I mean, just phenomenal energy, your passion, man. We want to make sure that people know everything. My questions, is there anything I missed that doesn't encompass the totality of who Shakita Valentine is?
So, oh gosh, yeah, just follow me. You'll get the full story. But the absentee father thing was a really big thing, and the double marriage thing was a really big thing. But I also want to say this: I haven't stopped trying. And I want to put that out there. Like, no matter how many hurdles, how many bumps you have hit with bad relationships, with somebody disappointed you, someone didn't come through, your heart was broken in such a way, it just wasn't the time. That just wasn't the person. Don't stop trying to love again. I truly believe that everyone should have some form of love in their life where they are receiving the love and not always just giving the love. Again, go back to my word, it's reciprocal. One thing I always say, if I'm thinking of you just as much as you're thinking of me, neither one of us will go lacking, right? So you can find that. It exists. You might think that I'm idealistic. It exists. Even if it's just in a real close confidant or a friend, it doesn't always have to be romantic. Experience love. Experience it, not just want it for bells and whistles and Valentine's Day and gifts and social media posts. I want people to really experience it because it's such a level that I've seen people just live, what's the word I'm looking for? Just grudgingly because they never experienced love. Just mad because they've never experienced love and they don't know how to receive it now. They're too old. They're too settled in their ways. And there's no. Every day there's an opportunity to love again and to be loved.
What she trying to tell y'all is y'all got it going on. So going out there and get the love you deserve. Stop shortchanging yourself and acting like you don't deserve to be loved with your awesome, amazing self. Go out there and get your love.
Yes. And then, of course, I can help you get that. No problems. No problems.
Okay. Not shameless plug or shameless plug. There we go.
Not at all.
There we go. Yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all support Coach Shakita Valentine. Listen, she is powerful. She was kind of holding the governor down. Like she didn't want to take too much of the show of that. We're gonna bring more content to y'all. I definitely want y'all. I'm gonna be pushing this and pumping it up. I'm gonna pull from other interviews I've seen. I want you to experience the Shakita Valentine experience. And ain't that amazing? Valentine is her last name, so she gonna get you some love, right?
Mm-hmm. Like your sis said, she said, God is funny. I said, he is, for him to give you that last name and let my whole life be about the exchange of love. He's
God
funny.
is funny, but God is he's intentional.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm anointed to do so.
You go. There you go.
So,
Why be mad at the way you was created? The person that created you knew exactly why. So don't be mad at it. Don't despise it. Embrace it.
Yes, yes.
So
flaws and all.
Hey, nothing is perfect, but it's not about perfection. It's about progress and movement. Let me stop. You see, you got me over here. This is your show.
You about to lead us right into leadership training, right?
I'm not gonna lead y'all into nothing. I'm gonna appreciate you. You got anything else for us, before we let you go?
No, I'm good. I'm just happy to be in the room with you. I really am. You are an inspiration. Your energy, your aura is everything that we need from Black men today. It's not power struck. It's powerful. And so I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to be in the room with you, because I love being in the room with great people.
Right. I know that's right.
So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming to the show. We appreciate your perspective. Y'all got the full co-pilot experience too. I was trying to be liberal with my mute button, but he was around here yelling and singing and carrying on. And when he's happy, I'm happy. And I try to make sure I'm happy so he'll be happy. And we appreciate you again so much. Make sure you go follow. Make sure you go check out the website, Facebook, Instagram. Listen, and I'm putting it out there. And I'm going to close it the way that I close every week. Listen, I can't help myself. I've got to inspire. I've got to encourage. I've got to empower. But I can help myself by being the absolute best version of myself. And you can too. So why not we do it together? Thank you again, Coach Valentine. Keep on spreading the love. Exude the energy that God has given you. We appreciate you, and it's going up from here. So thank you again.
Thank you.
I got to have you. I can't help myself. I got to have you.